Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tips and Tea with Linnea FNP. My name is Linnea Baker. I am a board certified family nurse practitioner, as well as a certified health and well-being coach. I am so excited I get to be in this space with you guys. Today, we're going to talk about how to manage the damage through the holiday season, okay? We're coming off of Thanksgiving. December's still ahead of us with all the other major holidays still to come. We know that when we celebrate all these fun times with family and the ones we love, that there's going to be lots of yummy food, even food that might be really things that trigger childhood memories, right? And traditions, which is wonderful. However, we do need to be mindful so we don't derail ourselves this holiday season, because we still want to take care of our body and not derail our health journey. So I thought, well, what a better time than now to give you some tips and some tools on how to manage the damage through the holidays, and also share with you some things that I actually do to help my own health journey through the holidays. Okay. I just want to let each of you know how grateful I am that you show up and you're here giving me some of your valuable time. I truly, truly appreciate that. And my heart is to serve you and bring you education that I hope you can apply to your own life and health journey. Thanks so much. So first, we're going to talk about 6 holiday healthy habit success tips. And I got these from the Mount Sinai Medical Center of New York website and also the CDC. So number one, we want to holiday proof our plan. And how do we do that? We want to start our day with a healthy, nutritious, packed breakfast. So whenever you have your normal breakfast, whenever that time is for you, you want to make sure you're including fiber. And really, we always talk about having protein at every meal because that helps us feel full as well as the fiber. And it will help prevent us from overeating during the holidays, during the holiday meals. So for instance, for Thanksgiving, when I broke my fast, I went ahead and had a nutritious, just amazing, delicious protein smoothie with fiber and all kinds of yummy nutrition in it. And it tastes great. And that's how I normally start my day. And that helps so much in maintaining my health and not overeating during the Thanksgiving meal or the other holiday meals. We don't want to skip meals to save up for a larger meal. I speak from experience on this one too. I used to do this, and this is not a good habit. So when we skip meals, it's actually harder to regulate your blood sugar. So you're more likely to overeat, especially during the holidays when the foods are not as healthy. They have all the, tempting types of foods that you would want. Also, we really want to eat our meals close to the time that we would normally eat. And the reason is that helps keep your blood sugar steady. So just like we don't want to skip meals, we want to try to keep those meals the times that we normally would have them. So if you would normally eat a meal sooner and maybe Thanksgiving's going to be later in the day that day, have a small healthy snack at the time you would normally eat to hold you over instead of skipping that meal. And then just have a smaller portion when you do have your big meal like Thanksgiving or whatever holiday celebration it is. Now, the other thing you can do is if you're deciding that you're going to have dessert, what you can do is decide to skip out on some of the other carbohydrates in the meal. So for instance, during Thanksgiving, maybe you're going to skip the potatoes and bread, but have a small serving of dessert instead. And then, guys, if you slip up, just jump back onto your healthy eating routine at the next meal. Give yourself grace. Don't punish yourself. This is not failure. It's a learning experience, and it takes time to build healthy habits and to learn what works for you. One meal that's a little bit less than healthy is not failure. You're learning as you go, and you'll figure out for the next time what maybe you could do better to make it a better fit and help you kind of align with your health goals a little bit easier. Remember, what you do consistently is what compounds over time. So when you jump right back into that healthier choice for the next meal, you just do that and move on. And it's what you're doing routinely compounded over time that's going to make the difference. Okay, number 2, we have to outsmart the buffet. Guys, have you gone up and seen like all the delicious foods that your family's bring just lined up and you're helping yourself and you don't know where to start? So here's something that I actually do. I will go up and look at all the food options before I actually put anything on my plate. And that way I limit some of the unhealthier choices to maybe the top 2 or 3 foods that I really want. For me, I'm not a big potato person. I'm a stuffing person. So I'm going to skip the mashed potatoes, but I'm going for the stuffing. And I don't need a roll because I'd rather have the stuffing. So I just pick and choose the things that are my top favorites. And then I don't fill my plate with tons of stuff that maybe I'm just putting on it to eat it and it's not my favorite. You also want to try to limit higher calorie foods to 1 to 2 tablespoons. Just smaller portions, really trying to get just a little bit of those higher calorie, maybe unhealthier foods. And you want to fill your plate with salad and veggies. So if there's a veggie platter, put a bunch of raw veggies on your plate and start with that, because that's going to fill up your gut and your tummy so you're not as hungry and you won't overeat on the other types of food. Here's one: eat slowly. If you guys are like me, most of you know I'm from New York. I'm also a nurse practitioner. Eating slowly is really challenging for me. And it's something I have to really be mindful of and work on. But guys, it takes about 20 minutes for your brain to realize you're full. So being intentional and mindful and not eating so fast that you eat more than you normally would because you're fullness hormones haven't kicked in yet. You haven't given it a chance to kick in yet. And then you feel just bloated and overly full. And we don't want that uncomfortable feeling. Remember, we've talked about sugar adapted versus fat adapted in the past. And we've talked about time restricted eating and how that helps our fullness hormones. We're more in tune to them when we're doing these things. And you can go back and look at those presentations that are saved on here or on the Tips and Tea YouTube channel. You can find them there as well. But the fullness hormones are adiponectin, ghrelin, and leptin. And when you're giving yourself time, that 20-minute window at least, it's allowing those hormones to kick in so that you can know that you're full and don't overeat. Number 3, fit in favorites. So we know we have family traditional dishes that every year we look forward to. So don't feel guilty when you enjoy yourself on and celebrate and have those traditional family type dishes. Just remember to slow down and just have a smaller portion of it. You can always have leftovers and save some, take a little bit home for leftovers. So you don't feel like you need it all at once, but you get to have it again as well. With dessert, try to limit your dessert by just grabbing a couple bites of dessert, or maybe you share your dessert so you can enjoy it without eating too much. So a lot of times my husband or my daughter and I will, there's something I want, but I just want a couple bites of it. Or maybe a friend, instead of taking a whole piece of pie, I'll take half of a small slice and she'll have a small slice. So just whatever works for you. Those are just some ideas on how to help decrease overeating and overindulging, but still get to enjoy yourself. And you can always, again, you could cut the dessert smaller and have leftovers and have it at home later. Okay. Bring your own healthy dish. I love this one and I do this pretty routinely. It's really helpful if you bring something to the event that you're going to or the holiday gathering that you know is a healthier option that you can eat. So one of my faves is the healthy chocolate protein balls I make with Arbonne's chocolate protein powder. And I will put that recipe out for you guys. Also, I make a great recipe. I love chocolate chip cookies. They're like my absolute favorite, but the refined sugar and things is really bad for my gut and my autoimmune disease. It creates pain and makes me have inflammation. So I make some really yummy Arbonne protein chocolate chip cookies. They're delicious, and I can share the recipe on that for you, but the whole family loves them and they're a big hit and they're delicious. And I don't feel like I'm missing out, but I'm also eating a dessert that has some cleaner ingredients that for me doesn't trigger my autoimmune to flare up. And also I have a sweet tooth. I do. There's a way to make this recipe as well, as far as making them protein brownies. And that's another one I like to share. And a lot of people will request for me to bring. It just helps my body stay healthier and not have that inflammation flare up. And if I'm in pain or bloated or have that autoimmune flare up from the inflammation created by the food I ate, then I'm not having a good time when I'm out. I'd rather rather feel good so I can have a good time. So for me, I've learned my body, and this has been a learning experience. I did not know this right off the bat. This has been just, like I said, learning experience of what feels good and what doesn't when I eat foods. And then I know what I can and can't have based on how I feel. And then it's not worth it to me to eat some of the other foods because I don't want to feel sick. And that's just my personal preference. Okay. Number 5, make time for physical activity. There are so many benefits to moving. Really being active during the holiday season is like having a secret weapon because it helps burn off some of the extra calories that we're going to be taking in during the year. It helps us decrease stress. It may be good stress around the holidays, but it can still be stressful. And we need to manage good stress as well as stress that's maybe not considered good stress. So walking is one way. Walking also helps the muscles use up excess sugar or glucose in the blood. So just being more mindful because we're tending to eat more sweets and things than we normally would during the year, and just getting moving and burning off some of that is good for our overall health and wellness. Your goal should be 30 minutes of moderate exercise 4 to 5 times a week, but any kind of movement's better than skipping it. And sometimes you just have to get started and say 3, 2, 1, go, get out there, maybe promise 5 or 10 minutes. And sometimes you'll be surprised at how good you feel. And also, exercise has actually been shown to lower inflammation in our bodies, separate from losing weight. So some of the symptoms of chronic inflammation that we've talked about before is body pain, joint pains, muscle pain, having that chronic fatigue or trouble sleeping, maybe depression, anxiety, or mood disorders. Some people have those GI or stomach complaints such as constipation, diarrhea, or acid reflux. Maybe you're having some weight gain or weight loss or frequent infections. And just 20 minutes a day of moderate intensity exercise, just like walking on a treadmill, which most of the time I like to be outside, but it's colder this time of year. So I was on the treadmill in the garage the other day, but it can have anti-inflammatory effects and help your overall health goals and health journey. There's just so many benefits to walking. It boosts your immune system. It reduces insulin resistance. It can be, for me, it boosts my energy and creativity. It can make you a happier mood, help improve your memory. So many things, guys. Number 6, get your sleep. And we've talked about this before. So going out late and more frequently during the holidays can really add stress to your body because it's taking a toll on how much sleep you get. Remember, it's really important to get 7 hours of quality sleep per night. And I really, really try to focus on this. Really, when we don't get a minimum of 7 hours of sleep nightly, we're derailing all the healthy things we did during the day. That's so important. That's how important sleep is, guys. So really treat sleep like a medicine. You really need sleep because it's how your body rests and recovers. Sleep is so important. And I think most of us, and I've been guilty of this for my whole life until I started my health journey and did more research and learned more, we shortchange sleep out of everything. Make sure you're getting that quality sleep. And when we get less sleep, we actually are more likely to eat higher fat, higher sugar, higher carb junk foods the next day. And that has to do with our hormones and some of the things that happen when we don't get that rest and time to rejuvenate. So just be mindful, 7 hours of quality sleep a night is what we're looking for. So really, we want to enjoy the holiday season. We want to spend that quality time being present with those we love. It's such a great time of year. It's my favorite time of year. And you really can have an amazing time and still be mindful with what you eat, but enjoy yourself as well. The other thing you can do is try starting a tradition that doesn't revolve around food. So one thing our family loves to do, and this is our crazy family, they're fun. They are a hoot. And there's a few missing from that picture, but our family enjoys playing Team Pictionary every year. It can get pretty hostile sometimes, but that's something we all enjoy doing. We love holiday movies, and we have some of our favorites every year. We love to play board games or card games or do puzzles. We also love to decorate our and do a gingerbread house competition. I've done that with the kids and had their friends over, and that's a lot of fun. We love going to see Christmas lights, and we just did that recently during the Thanksgiving holiday when we had family in town to go see the Christmas lights. And ice skating, that's movement, and doing something outdoors together. And ice skating is a favorite in our family as well. So when we talk about managing the damage through the holidays, I really want to just give you one last tool, and that's managing the damage through supporting your gut health. So when we talk about gut health, you guys know I've told you the command center of our body is our gut. And there's so many things our gut actually interacts with for our overall health and wellness. We know that 70% of our immune system is located alongside our gut. So what we eat and the state of health of our gut, whether it's good or not so good gut health, is going to have a great impact positively or negatively on our overall immune support and immune health. The gut is considered the second brain, so it has a huge impact communicating back and forth with the brain. And it has an impact on our overall mental health. And it also has an impact on our overall metabolic health. So something I do year round, but it's super easy for me to maintain when I'm traveling and during the holidays, is I do an easy 3-step daily gut reset. And it just supports my overall gut health and supports giving me the good gut bacteria and the good gut health that's going to help support my overall health and wellness. And it just helps make things easier to manage through the holidays. And it's like I said, it's super fast, super easy to take with me on the go. I travel with it all the time. And it just keeps me following my health journey and doing things that will support my overall health so I don't completely derail myself, but also still get to enjoy the holidays. So if you'd like more information and you would like me to send you a link on what that all entails, just reach out to me and let me know. I'm happy to do that. Remember, guys, I'm truly on a mission to positively impact your health and wellness through education and coaching to create generational health and a health span that equals your lifespan. It's my passion and my purpose. And truly, I'd love nothing more than to get to support you guys on your own personal health journey. I really hope that this brought you value. And once again, until next time, be safe. And I'm so, so grateful for each of you for showing up and joining me today. Take care, guys.